Good afternoon guys! Welcome back to my channel and welcome again dito sa aking garden. In our previous vlogs, I've been answering some of the most frequently asked questions when it comes to succulents. This time, we're going to talk about watering your succulents, how to avoid overwatering them, and how I prevent them from having sunburns. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Do you know that succulents tend to die more when they are being overwatered than being underwatered? Simply because they are sensitive to water. There are some succulents that loves water. It actually depends on the variety, but most of the time, succulents love being exposed to sun than being watered. Just like what I've mentioned in my previous vlog, when I was still a beginner, my succulents died due to unintentional overwatering. Then, I searched how frequent should I water my succulents and learned that I should control myself from watering them. I also learned that one of the best ways to avoid overwatering your succulents is to do bottom watering. And this is how I do it. I simply put my succulents in a basin of water and wait for the topsoil of my succulents to be wet, meaning to say it absorbs enough water. It requires more time than the other ways of watering your succulents, but with this method, you can also check your succulents from time to time and avoid them from being sunburned. Your succulents can be sunburned when you pour water into them, then expose them to direct sunlight. Because the droplets of water will stay in its leaves, then it will be burned. If you're doing this method, I advise you to water your succulents before nighttime, so that they will have enough time to dry themselves and avoid them from being sunburned. But if you cannot wait for the sunset before watering your babies, then I recommend you to do the bottom watering. While watering my succulents, it's also the best time for me to cut some babies. Every time I water them, I also check on those succulents that I can propagate to. I can also check if there's an enemy in my babies. See, you can also multitask while watering your babies. I am also waiting for the sunset so that I can water those succulents that I cannot carry because it's too heavy. Simply like that. And before I forget, I wanted to share with you how frequent I water my succulents. I water them once a week, sometimes every other week. They will not die because they have a reserved water in their leaves which will help them survive. So that's pretty much all for today's video. I hope this episode will help you, especially those beginners who are having problems with their babies because of being too excited in watering their babies. Don't worry, I've also been there. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment your way or technique on how to avoid sunburn and overwatering your babies, and of course, please do consider subscribing. Bye! Maraming salamat!